to Chennai for the MRF Challenge. The qualifying practice sessions are now over and we are getting into the racing. The first race that we have today is the Formula Flgb 1300s. I'm on the grid and I'm at P2 position, and the number 16 Ashwin Data is not here. I don't know the reason for that, so I will find out as soon as I can and let David know for sure. And I was going to speak to Poleman, but it looks like we're having a little bit of a battle with another TV crew. So David, over to you, and I'll let you know if I can speak to them.
All of these cars are the same 1300cc Maruti Esteem engine Swift chassis built by the Superspeeds company, and on the grid is Ashwin Datta, and he is with Louise.
Well, he's late, but he's here finally. Ashwin, late to the grid, was there an issue?
Have few issues with the car right now, so I'm trying to sort it out. So that's the commotion going on right now. So yeah.
You're in a good position for the start of the race, P2, going down into that first corner?
Yeah, it's a good position to win the race easily, and hopefully everything goes well. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Okay, we hope so too. Thanks very much. And I will just try and get a quick word with Poleman, Tajil Rao. He's just speaking to his team last moments, having a chat, having some water, some much needed water in these hot conditions. How are you feeling going into the start of this race? That looks nice and clear ahead of you.
Yeah, it feels really good to be starting the race at this position. Just focusing on keeping it clean and doing some good racing, and hopefully win the race.
So you're going to be keeping your eye in the mirrors as well, keeping them all at bay?
Yeah, you can say it, you can put it that way.
Thank you. Well, we'll speak to you hopefully at the end of the race. David, back to you.
Louise, thanks very much. As the formation lap is set to get underway, the drivers will get one more look at the circuit, and then we will be good to go racing. It's a 10-lap race, and the one-by-one staggered grid will, of course, reform at the end of the formation lap. And the man on pole position, Tajil Rao, who was a bit of a surprise in the pace that he had yesterday. Now, one car has just been towed down the pit lane, number 34, Gagandeep Singh, who spun right at the start of the session yesterday and didn't get a time in. That car has just been towed down the pit road. So further dramas for him. Everybody now being cleared from the grid. And the engineers for the MRF Challenge, which will be the subsequent race, having an inspection of what the track temperature is like. Another car there needing a push is on the, sixth row of the grid. Dhruva Tyagi's car, I think that is. But gets fired up, and the mechanics being vigorously ushered off the grid. And Tajil Rao, the youthful pole position driver, in a moment will get the signal and will lead them around this 3.7 kilometre long Madras motor race track. They'll slot back into place on the grid, and we will be ready for the first of three Formula Flgb 1300 races. The LGB bit stands for the LG Balakrishnan brothers, whose company, and as the cars leave the line, indeed, Gitanjali, as I was mentioning, not there. He was a bit shaken, I think, by the roll that he had in free practice 1. So he's missing off the grid. And Gagandeep Singh's car, which was towed down the pit lane, rather than pushed. And I think if it's towed, that is also likely to be a non-starter for sure. So everybody has the same base car. These 1300cc cars develop about 90 brake horsepower. The Swift chassis, with these Maruti Esteem engines, and different teams operating the cars, but everybody with the same car. No aero, so a bit like a Formula V car perhaps in the UK. Overtaking is nice and easy. Tajil Rao, the man on pole position, the only driver to get into the 153s in qualifying, with Ashwin Datta with him at the front of the grid. Surya Varadhan had been fastest in both of the free practice sessions. He's third on the grid, lining up with Arman Chaudhry for company. Dingvashar Jamwal is fifth, ahead of Chirag Gorapoda. Frishal and Mihir Sumanavakalaki are on the fourth row, I should say, and then the fifth row, Kunal Maini and Karthik Krishna, who was a bit yo-yo-y yesterday, had good laps and bad laps, but didn't quite hang on to a better place than 10th on the grid. Dhruva Tyagi is next, ahead of David Ryan, Mohit Aryan and MR Rishon running out the top 14 from Mohamed Ryan and Mohamed Raza Sheikh, who was a spinner yesterday. Shiam is quicker than Neil Varun. Yokosuwa K was a spinner. Yokosuwa K yesterday went off the road, as also, I think I'm right in saying, did Sudarshan Vinyak. And the last car on the grid, number 10 of Vijay Aditya, he spun in free practice 2 and he spun in qualifying. So he finds himself right at the very back with quite a lot of work to do. Gagandeep Singh is missing as well, so that's the other car that has been taken off the grid. And the field for this 10-lap race now accelerating down through turn 9, ready to slot into position on the grid, and then we will be in business. The front of the grid, in fact, is almost back, the two dark blue cars. How to tell them apart? Ashwin Datta is the man with the white helmet, so he is in position on the inside of the grid, and everybody else slotting into position behind. Surya Valathan's yellow car, one to watch from third on the grid. Number 5 there, Mohamed Ryan. So pole position on the outside of the road. It's a 1-by-1 staggered grid, Formula 1 style. And as the last couple of cars trickle into position, we should be ready to go then. Drivers will look to the gantry for the lights. There should be the 5-second board first of all, once we've got the last car in place, and Vijay Aditya is there. So the signal will be given from the back of the grid. And then now the 5-second board is shown. Drivers look towards the gantry. Who is it going to be that makes the best start then as the lights 5 go red? When the lights go out, we'll be racing. There's one that jumps the start rather markedly. Yokosuwa K there was away long before the lights went out. It's not done him a huge amount of good, in fairness, and he's banging himself on the helmet thinking I made a mistake there, but a good getaway is made by the poleman, Tijil Rao. Not such a good start by Ashwin Datta from the outside of the front rows. They come now down through turn 1 up towards 2 for the first time. Second place, Surya Valathan, so making a better start than did Ashwin Datta as the cars funnel their way through turn 2. All safe through so far. No, they're not. There's strife in the background. Cars spin, cars go off, bodywork flies. So they got round one corner without drama. Now it's all gone a bit pear-shaped as they wriggle up towards turn 4 for the first time of asking. And there is one of the casualties, that being Mohamed Ryan. Somebody's nose cone on the grass there. The car has gone bush. So you've got Yokosuwa K potentially with a jump start penalty to come. Everybody else trying to survive as best they can, locking up there, wriggling their way up towards turn 4 for the first time. Out wide goes number 70, Mohamed Raza Sheikh. And now he powers his way up towards turn 5 for the first time of asking. But Tijil Rao trying to get away here as they come through turn 6. There, number 60 going through is Neil Varun. And down towards turn 8 comes the race leading Tijil Rao, getting away a little bit here from Surya Valathan. In third place there is Ashwin Datta, and fourth, number 33, the red car of Digvashar Jamwal, up from 5th on the grid, so he's gained ground, but the one that's gone backwards to an extent is Ashwin Datta. And also we seem to have lost from that leading gaggle, but Armin Chowdhury. Way off the road goes Jamwal, back on again, keeps the place ahead of Armin Chowdhury. And down through turn 10 they come to complete the first lap of the race then in a moment. There's the leader, Tijil Rao, getting away quite comfortably. And the battles are on behind him. 10 laps around here is a long race, especially in these temperatures. Yellow flag is waved, and there's a drive-through penalty being given to Yokosuwa K for the jump start. The yellows are waving because I'm assuming we've got a safety car. We do have a safety car, and down towards turn 1 will come the race leaders. Now the safety car is being deployed either because there's a car in a dangerous place or there is bodywork in a dangerous place. So there it is, ready to pick them up. So safety car on track, and Tijil Rao, that led by 1.4 seconds, is now going to have that lead disappear. They will all close up behind him, and all of these laps counting within the duration of the race. Now normally safety car's lights should be on, but they have not been switched on. There you can see in the background one car being retrieved. I'm trying to work out who it is. It's one of the Momentum Motorsports cars, I think I'm right in saying, and it could, no, it's not Vijay Aditya, is it? With the back of the grid, no, he went through, but we have lost one. Can't work it out from the timing screen because we only get the top 20 rather than those that are further back, and the 20 plus cars, then we lose that. We'll try and piece it together from the replays. So safety car is on track. We don't have the clues when it's coming in because the lights are off already, but this is a replay of the start with a good getaway being made by Tijil Rao from pole position. You see the inside being the much dirtier, dustier side that could well have gone against Ashwin Datta. That's why he perhaps dropped back a little bit. Now they're into turn 2, lock up, contact, and Yokeshwar and K. So the drive-through penalty that he's being given is all rather academic because having jumped the start, all that did was put him into further strife and getting him involved with Mohammed Ryan. So we've lost, come down now towards the completion of the lap. The field bunching up behind. So yes, this time we are going to be good to go, I think. And it is Tijil Rao that will start lap number 4 as race leader. Bit of overlapping going on further down the order with Neil Varun there trying to get himself up on the inside, so he's on his toes ready for the resumption of the race as we are set to go racing. The safety car will peel in this time. And Tijil Rao makes a very good restart, accelerates clear of Surya Varatan before turn 12, and so Tijil Rao leads the way with Ashwin Datta making a move on the inside line to go for second place as they run down towards turn 1. The dark blue car then on the inside line there. You can see Datta makes his move and goes through to second. A good move on the inside there, and it works. Ashwin Datta goes through, down to third, then drops Surya Varatan. In fourth place, right with them, is the car of Digvashar Jamwal, and he looks up the inside now to try and get himself up past Varatan. Interesting this, because Varatan was so good in free practice, struggling in the race, and Armin Chowdhury gets up the inside there to make a move against Jamwal. Did it work? The two red cars almost as one, and Digvashar Jamwal then number 33 trying to keep Armin Chowdhury, who out-qualified him at Bay, and I think has just about succeeded in so doing as they go out of the S's up towards turn 4. Rao leading the way then, but Datta is up into second place. Third now is Varatan, fourth is Jamwal, fifth is Chowdhury, and sixth at the start of this lap, number 40, was the car of Mihir Suman Avalaki, who has actually made pretty decent progress. He was 8th on the grid, so he's worked his way forward a little. There, look, is Chowdhury, and off the road, number 45, that is Shiam, who has gone off at turn 5, and despite an impact into the tyres, bounces out and tries to carry on in the race. Can he get going again? Let's see. So we've had a change lower down the order. Armin Chowdhury up ahead of Digvashar Jamwal for fourth place. There is Jamwal fighting back on the inside in number 33. Can he make the move? Yes, he can. Retakes the place. Great little battle. You see the beauty of no wings on cars. They are able to slipstream and overtake a little bit more easily. Number 21 trying to join that party as well is David Ryan. He's another one making good progress up from a not stellar qualifying session yesterday. So down towards turn 10 they come then. This is lap number 4. Number 7 a long way back, Mohit Aryan, former champion. And so now Ashwin Datta up into second place, trying to get clear of Surya Varatan, but is it too late to go after the race leader? Tijil Rao leads the pack, coming now out of turn 12, up towards the timing line. Through goes Rao. In second place coming through, it is Datta. The gap between them is 3.1 seconds, so Tijil Rao trying to preserve that up to the very end of the race. Everybody else funneling through. Fastest lap of the race done, not surprisingly, by Tijil Rao as he tries to pull away. They're second, third and fourth now together. The one to watch out of all of this could be Digvashar Jamwal, because he's not only got back ahead of Aman Chowdhury, Chowdhury has dropped back behind Chirag Gopada, but now I just wonder whether or not Jamwal might be able to make another move to gain a further place, all of which is helping on this fifth lap this man, Tijil Rao, to get away. He turns his way through turn 5, so Rao leading. There, second is Ashwin Datta. In third, it is Surya Varatan. Digvashar Jamwal running in fourth place now. There is Armin Chowdhury, trying to fight back, having lost ground a little earlier, but he's lost further ground on the start of this lap, with Gopada having gone through as well. So down they come. A look to the inside of Ashwin Datta there from Surya Varatan in the yellow car, but he can't find a way by. So number 16, the Momentum Motorsports car of last year's championship runner-up, hangs on to second place, and they're looking fourth. The red car, 33, from Prudent Motorsports, in the hands of Digvashar Jamwal, I should say, is the man behind the wheel of it. Now, he's dropped back a little against Varatan as they come into turn 10, and Ashwin Datta still having to defend, so he's not really being allowed here to go after the race leader, and that gap is 3 seconds, and the safety car is being deployed again. The safety car is out again, and that's the reason. 21, it's David Ryan with a lot of damage up at turn 4. David gingerly out of the car. I wonder whether that's gone over. So the safety car is back out. Lights are flashing. So 2 safety car periods, and we are on lap number 6. Safety car back out, and David Ryan's car needing to be retrieved, but you can see it's got broken suspension. David is okay, but the car rather less so. But the suspension damage, there is bodywork damage, and it ain't going any further in this race, that's for sure. These cars get a second race at 3:05 this afternoon, all being well. But Tijil Rao, who had got an advantage of 3.1 seconds, extended it to 3.8, and it's now about 3.8 millimetres because they are all bunched back up behind him under the safety car's second arrival in the race. The safety car's done more laps than many of the race cars now, and it comes into turn 4. Everybody all bunched up. Safety cars breed safety cars, of course, because you let them go when they're all tightly bunched. Anything can happen, but for the moment it's David Ryan's car that needs to be retrieved. So up through turn 5 they come, through the kink, and then that long right-hander of turns 6 into 7. And this was the original start of the race. We'd already had Yokoshwara and Kay jump the start, so he got a penalty for that, but little good did it do him, because there he locked up at turn 2 and bang, into the side of Mohammed Ryan he went. Ryan turned around and off the road went Yokoshwara, and so that was him out of the race. The drive-through penalty that he was offered all became rather academic. When the race got underway, Tijil Rao started to build the advantage. Ashwin Datta got himself up into second at the expense of Surya Bharatan. And then we had David Ryan off the road. We haven't seen why he was off the road, but off the road in a dangerous enough place to bring out the safety car for the second time. 1 or 2 almost tripping over themselves lower back there, because you can see, having worked his way up the order quite nicely, Kartik Krishna, number 66, eager to get on with this, get past Aman Chowdhury. Up into 7th is Kartik Krishna. So now Tijil Rao has slowed them right down, he's bunched them all up, and in a moment he'll be accelerating away and trying to steal the advantage over the rest once again. Here he comes, over the brow, and Rao from Datta, the top 2, trying to stay with him is Surya Bharatan. We've got 3 laps to go, effectively, as the green flags fly. We're racing again. About to make a move is Chirag Gopada against Digvashar Jamwal. Their nose to tail there. Look, Jamwal in the red car, Gopada in the blue car as they dive into turn 1. But the race leader, Tijil Rao, trying to get away as they come now up into the right at turn 2. Surya Bharatan trying to find a way past Ashwin Datta as well. So Datta attacking and defending at the same time here. But once again, it looks as though the race leader, Tijil Rao, might just be able to extend the advantage as they go out of turn 3, through the S's up towards turn 4 now. Green flags fly all around the MMRT, the Madras Motor Racetrack, with Surya Bharatan in a yellow car having another look to try to find a move on the inside line. That translates to the outside line as he goes every which way to get past the brake-locking Ashwin Datta. Left at 4, right at 5, and as they squabble, so the race leader is getting away. Into turn 6 then on this lap number 8 they come. And Tijil Rao, as you can see, building up the advantage. But Surya Bharatan in the yellow car looks as though he might well be able to come back at Ashwin Datta here. Bharatan, very good in free practice in both sessions, didn't sparkle in qualifying, and of course, even though he made a decent start, has lost a place over the course of the early part of the race. As down he comes now in towards turn 8 on the outside line, but not really giving him an opportunity to make a move, Ashwin Datta, nor did he need to. To the outside line goes Bharatan, looking as though he might have the pace here, but what he hasn't got is the room. He can't find a way by, and more drama. That's going to be another safety car. It might even be a stoppage now, because you've got 2 more of them off the road, one with broken suspension, which is going to take a bit of moving, and a further car stranded on the side of the road. Another one delayed gets going again, and a red flag is being picked up by the marshals in front of me, and a red flag is being waved. You can see it trackside. So the race is being stopped, and that surely is that. 2 safety cars and a red flag Tigil Rao, the race that never was, in a sense. They've got precious little racing in. What did I say about safety cars breeding safety cars? Safety cars breed red flags now, it seems. So as they start lap 9, the result will be taken at lap 7, and Tigil Rao, Ashwin Datta and Surya Varatan the order, but 2 safety cars and a red flag. That is that. So the cars delivering plenty of drama, and how many we get on the grid for race 2 remains to be seen, because there are some looking rather second-hand, to say the very least. And as the cars now head around the circuit, they'll come back into the paddock, and attention will turn to the MRF Challenge very shortly. But to take nothing away from Tigil Rao, that was a rather easier race than perhaps he anticipated, because there was relatively little racing within it. But Ashwin Datta taking 2nd spot, and Surya Varatan finishing in 3rd place. And they're frustrated drivers sitting in the sunshine, contemplating the damage and contemplating who did what to which and to whom. So as the car there of the race winner, Tigil Rao, comes through, just going over the line Vijay Aditya. So still trying to work out who it is that we have lost in the incident, because the timing screen's already reset at the result at 7 laps. So until we have a look at the cars, it's hard to gauge who it is that we've lost in the incident, but we'll try and do that in a moment. So Tigil Rao, race winner. Never headed. Well, there's one of the casualties, number 3, Thrishal. There was another car, wasn't there, around the corner. There it is, but can't pick out a number on that. So who was running with that car? Could be Kunal Maini, number 79. Ah, there you go. It is Kunal Maini, number 79. And the 2 of them out of the race, and they were running in sort of mid-pack, really. They were in the midfield, but taken out of the result by dint of not running at the time of the stoppage. So Tigil Rao, the race winner, result now declared at 8 laps. Ashwin Datta 2nd, and Surya Varatan taking 3rd. And don't come to the grid, we've had enough, say the marshals. Pit lane, that's it, you're done. You've had your chance. You've got 2 more races this weekend, so everybody now being waved into the pit lane through the access gate. And Tigil Rao is a race winner. Is he going to be flagged to the podium area? We'll have to wait and see. Its drivers, I think I'm right in saying, that suffered damage. So Tigil Rao, the race winner. Ashwin Datta taking 2nd place, and Surya Varatan 3rd. Digvashal Jamwal 4th, and Chirag Gopada finishing in 5th spot. So the podium being made ready, and the drivers in a moment to be called forward. There with his overalls on is Surya Varatan, who will head to the podium. Having been 3rd, I think I'm right in saying, in each race of the weekend. The first race was a win for Tigil Rao from Ashwin Datta, and then it was Surya Varatan in 3rd place. But for this final race of the weekend, there is the 3rd and 2nd drivers on the podium. So you have Surya Varatan, you've got Tigil Rao, and Chirag Gopada leaps up onto the top step as the race winner for the final Formula LGB 1300 race of the weekend. That red flag confirming the result at 8 laps. So the MRF trophy is presented to the top 3 drivers. and photographs taken, but it's a very happy team, Momentum Motorsports, and 3 very happy drivers as well. So let's have a look at the highlights then of the first Formula LBG 1300 race of the weekend. There wasn't a huge amount of racing because of the first incident with Yokoshwar and Kay cannoning into Mohammed Ryan and turning him around at the second corner. That brought out a safety car. When the race got back underway, Tijil Rao set off and built the advantage. Ashwin Datta moved himself through to second place at the expense of Surya Bharatan. But then more incidents brought out the safety car for the second time, David Ryan being off the road. But that was after Datta had to work pretty hard to fend off Bharatan, and then Kunal Maini and Thrishal made contact, and that brought out a red flag to stop the race, but to confirm Tijil Rao as a race winner. We'll see you later for the MRF Challenge. For now, from David Addison, goodbye.